The solitude of not fitting in. When social dynamics ruled by mediocre minds become the boundaries of the heart. The phrase where there are people, there are complex social dynamics, with its piercing insight, acts like a pierce key, unlocking many people's self-understanding of not fitting in. When you say, I am unwilling to be ruled by mediocre minds, what lies beneath is perhaps not the willfulness of being unsociable, but a scrutiny of group rules, a defense of one's own boundaries, and even a clarity of mind that refuses to drift with the secular tide. This not fitting in is never a character flaw. It is the soul's instinctive resistance to homogenization and active rejection of perfunctory socializing. It has nothing to do with whether one can play chess, but everything to do with your desire to control your own life. Let's first talk about the social dynamics in the phrase where there are people. There are complex social dynamics. The social dynamics here is never the clashing swords and shadows of martial arts stories, but the ubiquitous rules, cliques, and undercurrents in real social interactions. It might be the unspoken camp culture in an office. If you don't join the majority in gossiping about a colleague, you are labeled unsociable. It could be the top caution at a gathering of friends when everyone is chatting about internet celebrity gossip or shopping discounts. If you want to discuss a more in-depth film analysis or social observation, you are teased for being pretentious. It might also be the value caution in a community where people take it for granted that you must get married and have children before 30, or a stable job is the only proper thing. And if you make a different choice, you're stamped as rebellious or abnormal. These invisible rules of social dynamics are essentially hidden constraints formed by groups in pursuit of consistency, demanding that everyone smooth out their edges and fit into the established framework, as if only then can they gain a sense of belonging. But there are people like you who remain vigilant against such rules of social dynamics. It's not that you don't know how to cater, not that you can't speak polite platitudes or act out social niceties, but that deep down you're unwilling to compromise yourself in exchange for so-called fitting in. For example, you might have seen scenes in the workplace, a group of people surrounding the leader, saying insincere flatteries, and some who clearly disagree with the leader's decision still echo along. just to leave a obedient impression as you watch this. It's not that you can't join in, but that you feel such fitting in is too cheap. It requires you to hide your true force, to maintain relationships with a false attitude, and what you get in the end is just surface harmony. Yet it leaves you with an indescribable sense of emptiness when you face yourself at night, because you know that true belonging is never being like everyone else, but having someone who understands your uniqueness. Real socializing is not being forced to integrate, but choosing actively. Then there's what you mentioned about being unwilling to be ruled by mediocre minds. The mediocre minds here don't refer to people with average abilities, but those who are rigidified by secular ideas, accustomed to imposing their own standards on others, and lacking independent thinking. Their rule is not oppression through power, but spiritual coercion. They judge your life by their own values, negate your pursuits with the choices of a majority, trying to make you into what they see as a normal person. For instance, you might have had experiences where people around you repeatedly urge you to get a government job so you have security in old age, but you'd rather do a freelance job with unstable income that you love. They will list countless disadvantages of instability. Say, you're too young to understand the cruelty of society, and in the name of we're doing this for your own good, try to make you give up your choice. This is a form of rule by mediocre minds. They use their narrow cognitive boundaries to limit the possibility of your life. They replace independent thinking with empiricism, trying to make you follow in their footsteps. Your unwillingness to be coerced by such rule is essentially a defense of your spiritual sovereignty. You know clearly what you want and who should define your life, just like the French writer Albert Camus, who during World War II refused to join any extreme political camp, neither catering to the radical left nor compromising with the conservative right. Many people advised him to pick a side, thinking that only then could he find belonging in troubled times. But Camus always stuck to his stance. He used the words to criticize violence and call for reason, even if it meant being misunderstood and isolated by both sides, never giving up by defense of the borderline of humanity. His not fitting in was not deliberate rebellion, but loyalty to his own beliefs. Your refusal to be ruled by mediocre minds is the same. Refusing to let your life be dedicated by others' values, refusing to be part of the following the crowd majority. You might lose some superficial friends and miss some secular opportunities because of this refusal, but what you gain is inner freedom. You can live at your own pace, stick to your passions, and not be troubled by others' evaluations. This freedom is far more precious The solitude of